Hi, Louie Zee, Facebook.org. You know what it is. I just want to clarify this. I ain't doing this for fame, glory, money, drugs, guns, girls, cars, necklaces, watches. I ain't even asked about all that. All that's very, so nice, whatever. Very aesthetically pleasing. I'm doing this for God, for righteousness. And God has already blessed me. Like, look at me. I'm so beautiful. Yeah. I'm not cold and lonely. I shouldn't even be alive. I'm a miracle. Allah Akbar Ikanka. The point of this blog is to clarify my intent, our intent, and what I have recently realized in regards to the creative campaign. As for those who have noticed, those who are paying attention, those who are on it, the last bus, the writing's on the wall. It's self-explanatory. Yeah, the macro intent is to somehow campaign for global infrastructure for free solar energy, because logically, other than the price of the equipment and the labor installing the equipment, really the rest of it is a facade. It's bureaucracy. But just like the steps of the pyramid, it's a tried and tested hierarchy, knowledge, everything. It's for good reason. Do things in stages, baby steps, 7 steps, 7 sacred circles of Solomon, all that. Anyway, in relation to the creative campaign, the next step of the creative campaign, other than HomeSec, and it's actually all relative to HomeSec also, is I personally have intent to finance the foundations of a charity in aid for victims of abuse, vulnerable people, etc. So I find this therapeutic. It's a therapeutic outlet, blogging, rather than me standing on the corner on top of a crate shouting and no one's listening. Let's put it here. If anyone wants to listen, listen. If you don't want to listen, that's your choice. So basically, it's going to take me a while to actually register an official charity in the UK. Not to bore you with the details of that, we are actually living in a new age, and actually I can define it. We're actually living in the age of intellectual capital. So I'll make it simple. Because of the internet, if you have intellect and you're intelligent and you apply that intelligence in the correct way, you can actually make money, form a business, pinky on the brain, whatever you want to do, online. You don't have to physically go and scrub on your hands and knees to your fingers, to your bone. You don't have to do that anymore if you have intellectual capability. So we're living in the age of intellectual capital. And it actually is forming a new class in Asia, India and China, where people that were previously from a poor heritage, upbringing and family, community, society, are actually able to elevate their personal circumstances, on a sociological level. So anyway, it seems that we've lost footage for now, and that happens when I start getting a bit too deep. So basically, if you don't know, we now have Facebook.org, FACEFCUK.org, and I am in the process of gaining wireless payment processing terminals, and I have intent on collecting for the cause of starting the charity, which will be called the Help Foundation. And I'll emphasize again, the cause of that charity, the ethos, is to help victims of abuse and vulnerable people, etc. Now, to make clear, I don't know if this is common protocol, but it ought to be, because this is the problem with the animal farm, that in addition to the actual TV media campaign for a specific charity, in most cases for 1 year, costing in excess of probably a solution to the actual cause, what they're collecting for, it's often the case that only a small percentage of the money collected for a specific cause or charity actually receives the source of where it's meant to be reached. And it's just a horrible cliche, but I'm going to do things properly and righteous. With righteous, I mean with God, and the way that the things and do things the way they ought to be, and lead by example. So the point is, I'm going to publish all the records, financial records of the charity. So everybody who makes a donation, that's going to be on the website for forever, for everyone to see. And also, what's going to be evident and visible is all the records of where the money's going, how it's being spent, the employees, etc., etc., etc. All the records are going to be permanently visible. So there could be no ever question or scrutiny of corruption within the company organization on which I intend to start, or I've already almost started it. The beginning is almost started. Get ready for the beginning. Get ready for the next one coming in. Yeah? You know what it is. M16 Productions. Save the children. Save our sons. Save our souls.